Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to teach you how to make things levitate with a little bit of magic. Not really. We're going to use some fishing wire and an extendable shower rail. So I've done this before, if you've seen it on my Instagram. I've done it with a watch, I've done it with a camera body. So today I'm going to use a lens to as my subject. Beastie 135, lovely lens by the way, you should check it out on my other video. So yeah, what we're going to do is I'm just going to put the extendable shower rail in a doorway, and we're going to tie the lens up with the fishing wire, and then we're going to whip that straight out in Photoshop once we've edited it in Lightroom. I'll show you how to do that as well. As you can see, all I've done is I've just tied the fishing wire around twice. As you can see, it goes all the way up to the pole, and as it's an expensive bit of glass and we don't want it damaged, all I've done is I've just stuck some pillows down there, just in case if it does snap, it's going to land straight on the pillows. I actually said that I didn't have any light, so what I did is I got my speed light and I stuck it on a wireless trigger. I just put it down on the floor facing up so the light would bounce off the ceiling, and I stuck this blue plastic bag over it, so over the light, just to give a bit of a cold feel. And what you can see on the image is you can see there's like little blue rims of light just around the lens, just those little catch lights. So I thought I added a little bit more of a dimension to it. So you could, it's definitely something you could try at home if you've got a speed light, super easy. Or you could get a torch and put a coloured bag or coloured plastic over it, and again that would probably still have the same effect. The first thing you want to do is import all your images into Lightroom first. Make all your colour changes, add all your presets or whatever you may do to your images first in Lightroom. A really easy and quick thing to do on Lightroom is to rate your images from 0 to 5, so you know which one you want to go and edit your final one. So hit the numbers keys on your keyboard, 1 to 5, that's the easiest way to do that. I like this one, looks quite cool, and I also like this one. And now I've selected the image that I want to edit. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop and just make sure, although it doesn't have a horizon, just make sure it is nice and straight. And also when you use the crop tool, if you hold down shift, that just makes sure the dimensions don't get warped. I'm going to add my preset to it as well. Turn that temperature down a little bit. It was looking a little bit too orange because I've got a few lights on in the room behind. I'm just going to bring that contrast up a little bit and just a punch more clarity, make that lens stand out a little bit more. I'm also going to add a little vignette to it just to emphasize the lens a little bit more. And then I think that is pretty much done. So in Lightroom you don't actually need to save the image out and then export that image into Photoshop. You can go straight into Photoshop. So if you go to the top menu and you click edit, and then scroll down to edit in, and you want to go to edit in Photoshop. Now I'll ask you if you want to keep the changes, and you do, so just click open anyway, and it will take a couple of minutes. So while we're waiting for Photoshop to open, let's go check out the snow. Yeah? The first thing you need to do when you open this image up in Photoshop is you need to duplicate the layer. So any changes that you make only happen to one layer. So if you do mess up, you can just start again with the original layer at the bottom. So to do that, you're going to want to hit Command J, and that's going to duplicate the layer, and then you can make all those changes to that one. Once you've duplicated your layer, go over to the left hand side, and it's the spot healing tool that you want, and it's just a case of drawing over the fishing wire, and it's going to work its magic, and before you know it, it's all going to be gone. Go nice and slow, don't do too many bits all at once, otherwise you might end up with some funky light patterns and funky lines. So just take it nice and slow, especially when you get around the lens or whatever the object it might be where the knot is tied. Just take it nice and slow, zoom right in, and you'll be just fine. Awesome, now you're all done, you just need to export that and then you can share it with the world. Awesome job, guys. So yeah, for less than 20 quid, you can have some fun while the weather's not so great outside. So this extendable shower rail was from B&Q, it's about £10. The fishing wire was from a local fishing shop, was £3.99 on there, so less than 15 quid. You can do this really, and I'm pretty sure there's plenty of days in the British weather when it's not so great, so you can definitely give that a go. If you've liked this video, then drop a like below, maybe drop a couple of comments. It would be awesome if you could share these images you use, the tips from, on Instagram and tag me in, that would be awesome. And if you've not subscribed already, you probably should, so yeah, get subscribing guys. There's going to be more of these videos. Catch you later, bye bye.